Let me see if that says that. Yep. Excuse me, YouTube. Just trying to see what that shows over there for Instagram. Okay. So this is the group healing session. I'm Sarah from Align with Sarah. And once a month we have this offering, this free sample of what it's like to have restorative healing, what it's like to feel something shift inside with some guidance of, I feel like there's a piece of education here. There's a food for thought, and noticing what grows and noticing what feels different. I think it's very empowering to receive modalities that come together to create restorative healing. And I'm really excited to move them forward into some other pieces of putting together a new puzzle. Please check the website. This will be out later today. The cranial work, the cranial balancing, cranial alignment therapy is what I'm calling it. Energetically looking at each part of the system that makes up our head, hard tissue, soft tissue, and asking how it's communicating, asking if it's happy, asking what we can do to align that into its optimal position, its optimal energy that it keeps. And then, so all of that information about that new service is going to be up on the website, alignwithsarah.com. And also the lymphatic drainage, which I'm super excited about. Anything that is soft, gentle, I feel like is so on my radar for healing. And more to come with that lymphatic drainage. Again, up on the website later today. So I hope you check that out. So this month, my piece of wellness is this thought of softening. And as I speak to people about that, I did a workshop yesterday. I think it's one of my favorite ways to spend my time with people that have become my friends. And they're these students. I am a student, they are a student, and we become students together. And they ask these beautiful questions, and they generally want to understand the things that I talk about just a little bit more, and it means the world to me. One thing that came up yesterday when I was talking about softness was that engagement when we have that person that's so hard to deal with, that person that is hard on our heart, the person that is potentially, out there with, their energy in either draining my energy or malicious, like their thoughts are so not aligned with their own softness, their own greatness, their own ability to love and be loved. And it's kind of like they take it out on people. And this person had given this example of like, I don't remember exactly what they said, but I had such a clear image of this hard, this stone coming at them. And then, putting up this like getting ready to take it, which is this hard approach. And then this clashing. Good morning, Christina. I just see your message there. This clashing. So this hardness that we expect, we show up and this is our coworker, we show up and it's Monday, we show up and it's, I got behind the school bus, I got this thing or whatever, I ran out of coffee, when we approach this thing that feels hard, person or experience, what if we weren't hard back? What if we just received that as this lesson of, well, what can be here? What can be here in my heart? What can I soften so I'm not contributing to this clashing? I'm not contributing to pushing back. Because when we, I think a lot of times I give an example with the trapped emotions and kind of like creating this like tug of war with an experience that we feel stubborn about, with just engaging in a goal. And what if we were just softer with that? And what if we imagined that as even these things coming at us that suck, that we don't want, what if instead of kind of guarding ourselves or, putting up that heart wall or pushing back or, that receiving that hard energy, what if we softened? What if we were able to like soften enough where we did like the Matrix deal and it just goes by, and then we can recognize that the universe took me out of the way of that, or I didn't realize I couldn't move when I was so hard, when I was so firm. It changes the interaction modality of the brain when we imagine, or when I imagine, or when I've gotten some feedback of people that have thought about this and shared their thoughts of how can I be softer? It reminds me of very often people's resistance to forgiveness. And forgiveness lets go of the rope. Forgiveness, trust the universe that it's going to matrix you out of the way. It sends that clear message, I don't want this anymore. It sends the message of, I'm aware of how much this is draining my energy, how much energy I don't have for me and my goals and giving and receiving love, real love that just is there, that I don't have to hold on to with all of my might. It's amazing to think about, when I soften, does this thing just go away? Then I can recognize how hard I'm holding on to the thing. And again, I say this, only I can let go of my stuff, and only you can let go of your stuff. We can find tools that optimize our ability for awareness and our ability for releasing that energy that we might not be aware of, and get that extra support of that guidance of shifting things. And so I want to offer that to you, this softness. I also want to say, when we're softer, we can recognize, we should be recognizing the difference between surrender and giving up. The difference between, 1 minute. I'll let my little lump of something get out of here. The difference between this desperation and consciously moving forward with a connection to what it is that I want. Am I just running towards something because it's all I've known? Or am I consciously walking towards this? Or am I giving up? How much integrity do I have? And what is guiding my integrity? What is guiding my thoughts? What is guiding my actions? What is guiding my behaviors, my routines, my everyday? Sorry, I'm getting so distracted by like itchy, touchy things. And I feel like I need to get them out of my way. So what is guiding this? And it should be love for self, which is not selfishness. Love for self is this place where we can reinvest, we could re-nourish, we can recycle, renew our own energy with our own behavior. So when we choose self-love, we take a nap before the kids come home, or we grab all the kids and we take a nap together right after they come home, or lay down or be quiet, or we find a way to recognize our needs as part of that experience of refreshing ourself, without guilt, for understanding that this nourishes my heart and it creates love for others as well. So if it's creating love for others, then we can be tuned into the fact that that is not, that falls into the not category. If we do everything that we just feel compelled to do, that doesn't necessarily set us up for, that's not the experience of self-love, because most of the time people are getting hurt in those experiences. So what I want to do now for now, thinking of those thoughts of that softening, but having integrity. We don't turn into this like puddle on the floor, or maybe we are a puddle on the floor and we need to find that integrity to gather our energy for ourself with a capital S, and connect to what malleable shape do I want to take, and where am I going in the softest way for myself, sharing and spreading love. So looking in, using my little resource here, I'm going to move it now. There's a ton of things that come together for what I call that restorative healing. A major kind of like the mortar that holds it all together is the concept of the emotion code and the body code. I'm looking at my emotion code chart and wondering, what's the biggest thing that we can connect to? This group that's here together, me personally, anyone that sees this later, what can we connect to? It's the biggest thing to shift, a frequency, a trapped emotion, a memory that might be connected to a word I'm about to say, the emotion that I'm about to say. And maybe connect that to a limiting belief as well. So asking for this guidance. I'm going to call this a trapped emotion. And I quickly have a story to tell about how this resonates with me. And this is a trapped emotion of shock, like surprise, but shock. And when we deal with that emotion, we can be very disoriented. We can really lose our way. We can be trying to figure out things that don't matter, or we can be panicking about safety. We can tell a lot of stories. We can get a lot of wisdom from the thing that created that experience of shock, whether it's a diagnosis or some other major life change. We can be left in disbelief. We can be left reeling. We can be left panicking. So we're going to release this trapped emotion of shock. And we're going to go a little bit deeper. We're going to follow intuitively what other emotion might be here. So we're going to removing that trapped emotion. You can close your eyes and receive this. You can take a magnet or take your fingertips, put it on the forehead, up over the head. And then take a moment. I'm putting my hands on my heart. What can I learn from that experience that I might be telling that's associated with that trapped emotion of shock? What can I learn? I'm asking if there's another emotion. And for me, I know what mine, I'm going to just remove this trapped emotion of betrayal. There might be a trapped emotion that is a better word for you. Or maybe you can run the magnet or your fingertips and set that intention for maybe another layer of shock. If you find yourself saying, I can't believe it, it's probably tied to some form of that emotion, that form of that experience that would create shock. And we have one more, called to do one more emotion, one more word that describes a reaction to our environment that stimulates our glands based on our memories to dump hormones, molecules of emotion into our systems so we can experience the emotion of any emotion, positive or negative. And that chain of events is very important. And we can imagine that chain of events is very susceptible to happening when our system is already flooded with that hormone. We're already resonating with that emotion of, you fill in the blank, anger, sadness, depression, frustration. We're already saturated with that. So we have the glasses on that look for that. We have it queued up in our system already. So of course we're going to keep resonating with that. We're going to keep ringing the bell to keep that frequency inside of us, because we've established that it is really just my personal reality, my personality. And it takes walking forward in a new way. It takes, when I leave this session, I'll have this new opportunity. And everything that goes into my moment before, my moment now, all those behaviors, all those thoughts, all of those parts of my routine, people that I engage in, everything contributed to that moment before. And now this moment is different. So it's up to you to make it different. It's up to you to walk away from this session different. It's up to me to walk away from this session differently. We're going to connect to one more word. I think if there's one that shows up on this chart more than any, it's that experience of worthlessness, low self-value, Sometimes it connects to that martyrdom. It connects to that thought of I was guided to watch a video, a YouTube video of a woman who is a survivor of a domestic violence situation. I can't remember her name right now, but it's about why she stayed. And she says, the only thing I knew was that I was a very strong woman in love with a very troubled man, and I was the only one in the universe that could understand and help him with his demons. That is, I feel like, a very solid recipe for worthlessness. Of we are resonating with his worthlessness, so I'm going to save them instead. We don't realize they're not trying to save themselves. They're trying to drown me. Well, not saving themselves on top of taking down anyone else that's in the water. And then I feel like that, probably trying to make me feel like it's my fault that I'm drowning. Oh man. I'm glad that I can laugh about it. But that feeling of worthlessness, it leaves us susceptible. It leaves us open to those predator people. They want our energy. They need our energy because they don't know how to nourish themselves. So we're going to release this trapped emotion of worthlessness. Create a healthy boundary. When we have worthlessness in there, it's like we can't put a footer in to make a healthy boundary, a healthy gate, a healthy anything. We need integrity. So when we release that worthlessness, I invite in integrity. Notice integrity, find integrity, be curious about integrity. Because with integrity, we can still have softness. I think it's the most valuable part of being soft, is the integrity that binds that all together. Okay. I hope that feels wonderful for everyone. I'm glad to see some people here. We have a comment on Instagram. It says, sounds like an Italian family party, and I can't help but imagine that it might be that that might have shown up when I was talking about the heads butting kind of thing. That's funny. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I hope this feels lighter. Please reach out to me. I love hearing from people. Thank you for being here, Melissa. And you are wonderful. So I'm glad that wonderfulness connected. Please reach out. I love hearing from people. I have this super cute email now. It says, say hello at alignwithsarah.com, or you can just connect with me with my usual email. And please check out the website. I'm going to be sending an email out to the subscribers on the email list when that website is live with the new products. And I can't wait to work on that cranial alignment therapy. I'm so excited about that. I can't even tell you. Okay, so I will talk to everyone again real soon. All right, thanks so much for being here. Bye, and bear with me while I click to end all of these things. And over here, and